Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And today I'm having a chat with James Mesher. Good afternoon, James.
Good afternoon. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
Yes, it's a bit warm outside for me today, so it's a good job I'm sat inside chatting with yourself. So my question to you is, what is it that you enjoy when you're not working? What activities do you enjoy doing?
So I quite like photography. Uh,
Ah,
yeah, I've,
okay.
I haven't done a lot for a long time, but I
Hmm.
still do like to try and drag out the camera.
Yes.
Um, Apart from that, I live by the seaside, so I enjoy
Oh,
walking along the beach or close by the sea, especially on a day like today.
yeah. So, if I am I right that you're near up in Harwich?
I am, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
End of
So,
well,
yeah, right on the coast.
yeah, yeah,
So there's a lot of things that you can get up to without having to pay out a fortune where you are.
yeah. I mean, you've got the Felixstowe docks that you can see from pretty
Yeah,
much
they're
house.
huge, aren't they?
Yeah, but then across the way you've got little lighthouses and
Mm.
lovely beach huts, and you can see water on the Naze across the sea. It's beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely
You're well suited there, aren't you, to be able to sort of see along the coast, so you can see a bit further along. So,
yeah.
what do you particularly enjoy with the photography?
So I used to do wedding photography, but coming away from that, landscape photography
Yeah,
and particularly seascape photography.
yeah,
So it's ideal when I get the time, but I haven't had the time at all to get out of my camera.
yeah. It's very difficult when you work for yourself, isn't it, to sort of slot in the time. I mean, what I do, I've joined a local arboretum, and I make myself go once a month,
Yeah,
if not twice. So I sort of block out some time in my calendar to do that. And I think when we're so up against it all the time, unless you do are able to or do block out time, you're just gonna you're just gonna carry on, and you're gonna run yourself ragged.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So yes, I think it's a good idea to block time out, and once you get into that habit of doing it, starting off, short spates of time, maybe once a month, and you get to enjoy what you know that you enjoy
yeah,
more. Then you think, why aren't I doing this more?
yeah,
It gives a reason, doesn't it, to be able to do it a little bit more, because obviously you wouldn't have a camera if you didn't enjoy photography.
exactly. Yeah. And one of the things you talking about opening up time, another thing I enjoy is my Freemasonry. I joined Freemasonry 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Never thought it was something particularly I would enjoy or stick to, but I wanted to give it a go. And yeah, I've really enjoyed that. And it has made me open up time, as you say,
Yeah.
to do these things once a month or twice a month. So
Yes, it is amazing once you do block that time, what actually it sort of triggers in us. All right, I really enjoyed that, or perhaps I might try something different next time.
yeah,
When I'm out with the camera or I'm out with doing whatever. I think it sort of triggers things, doesn't it? So, if you take the camera out, or if you go to your Freemasons meetings, I think it sort of triggers. So, yeah, if you're able to block in some time with your camera, along the beach or the docks or wherever, because you've got actually quite a lot of subjects there that you can take photographs of, haven't you?
yeah, yeah. And where I'm positioned, you've got sunset, sunrise right behind me. So
Yeah.
that comes over the beach. But then going through down that horizon is sunset, but then it
Yes.
lights up the whole of the docks.
So
And
you've got quite a, and the sunsets and the sunrises are amazing
yeah,
over water.
but the sunrises aren't that great this time of year. Sort of 4 o'clock in the morning, five
Yeah,
o'clock in
yeah,
the
it's a bit
morning.
early, isn't it?
A bit too early for me. But
Yeah,
come
maybe
winter,
a sunset.
yeah, come come winter when it's
Yeah.
reasonably timed, although it's cold. I used to love it in the winter.
Yes.
I mean, you get in the summer, it's not fantastic because one, it's early, but two, you don't really get the wetness and the colours that come out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Winter, where you get your rains and your cloudy days
Mm,
and the morning dews, it's so much more beautiful.
yeah. Yeah. You get you can get, and so many different colors too.
Hmm. Yeah,
It's amazing what either a sunset or a sunrise give. The colors can be pastels, they can be harsh colors, they can, and everything in between. It's really quite incredible the colors that we have that are just, shown to us.
yeah,
I think it's quite amazing, and it's very very different to doing photography in a regimented way as a wedding would be. So
yeah,
you haven't got to sort of get everybody in the shot, and you can just take photographs ad infinitum, can't you? And then just hone them down to the ones that you like the best.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I always said photography is the best in your mid seasons. So in spring, you get all the lovely blooms and the flowers
Yeah.
and blossoms. But for sunrise, sunset, it's at a reasonable time, fairly reasonable. And then you still get your cloudy days and your sunny days and stuff like that.
Mm.
But the autumn for me has always been the best. The
Yes.
change,
Yes,
the oranges
absolutely. I'd
and the
agree. I mean, I
blues.
I do photography as well,
Mm,
and I don't do photography well with portraits or anything like that, and I do tend to take my phone out with me more than my camera, just because of it's handy and the quality of the photographs. But then it wouldn't really suit astrophotography is
yeah,
something that I'd like to have a go at,
yeah,
sort of nighttime. So that would mean a camera rather than a phone. Having said that, I've seen some good results on phones,
yeah,
but you can't get the finite detail.
yeah. You can't get the
No,
definition.
no.
And I actually had a play with, I don't know if you call it astrophotography. Do you mean looking for a telescope or
You would, yes,
looking
just
for the stars?
nighttime photography, and seeing, what comes out, because photography at the end of the day is all experimental, the same as gardening.
Yeah,
You try something, and if it didn't work, you try something else.
yeah,
But yes, I'd like to have a go at, and I did capture a couple of comets. One recently that hadn't is now going to be seen in 80, is it 80,000 years or something crazy. And I saw one during lockdown as well.
right. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I had
And
a I had a stab at night sky photography, should we say, at the
mm,
start when we was had a little holiday in Lake District,
yes,
and we had like a little not a cottage, but like a don't know what you call it, like a
a
glamping
lodge, a lodge.
experience. Yeah, like a glamping experience. A
Yes,
little
yes,
lodgy type thing outside.
yeah.
I sat there with my camera, with little mountains in the background and everything, and took some star photography shots,
Mm,
and they came out really well. And it was only maybe a month or two later that I had a wedding to do that was outside, and the night sky was perfect for it. So I took the couple along, put them in place with a little light shining on them. And because of that experience that I got, like you say, knowing what not to do and
yes.
testing it out, I managed to get a really nice starry night shot with a
Oh,
bride.
wow.
And yeah, it was brilliant.
Oh, excellent. And it just goes to show, doesn't it, how you can actually match. So, you had a go at to doing the stars, and then, a light bulb moment. Oh, perhaps. Yeah, brilliant.
But that's what I liked about wedding photography because you had every aspect of photography within it. Your
Yes.
landscape photography would come into it at some point.
Yeah.
Your portrait photography would come into it mostly. Your group shot photographies, but then your essentially your product photography would come into it with the detail shots.
Yes.
You have
Yes,
so
it's quite an interesting topic, isn't it? A subject of photography because it's so wide ranging,
yeah,
and you can photograph pretty much anything, as you say, products for, advertising, for promos, for all sorts,
yeah,
along with landscape, which then you say that can be included in wedding photography. It just is, well, it's all consuming, isn't it, really? And
yeah,
it's a brilliant topic,
yeah.
really
It's
brilliant.
it's so broad and vast, and yeah,
Yes. I mean, I do like taking water. And I do like experimenting with black and white. Sometimes when you really get a dramatic sky, take one with colour and then one with black and white and look at the two beside each other. And more often than not, if you have a really dramatic sky, the black and white stands out leaps and bounds over and above the colour because it lends itself to it.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Especially in a landscape,
Yeah.
even though you might have loads of lovely colours, reds and greens and blues,
Mm.
they all contrast in black and white.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's experimental, you unless you experiment, you don't know what's going to work.
No,
And the most professional and high paid photographers out there, you know, all do what we're doing. It's just that they got a break at the right time. They were in the right place at the right time and,
yeah,
getting paid a fortune for doing what they enjoy. Because, photography, if you enjoy it, it's not a job, is it?
no, yeah, yeah, exactly. It does become, it did become a job for me because that's sort of why I gave it up in a way because I was out on the weekends doing wedding photography.
Yeah,
Then weekend evenings, early mornings, I was doing nightclub photography,
yeah,
and it was all weekend based, and it would all take up my bank holidays while working full time.
yeah.
So it was getting a hell of a lot, and,
Yes, it,
and
it can be all consuming, can't it?
yeah, it
Yeah,
started becoming very unenjoyable for me. So I had to draw it back and just say, look,
yeah.
this is my hobby. This is something I want to enjoy.
Yes, because once you become paid for something and it then takes it into a different realm,
Yeah,
it then doesn't become a hobby and something that you're enjoying. It
yeah,
becomes a chore,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
don't want something that you enjoy to become a chore.
yeah. There's stress added because money's exchanged and you've got
Yeah.
someone to please. Um,
Yes.
Doing it as a hobby is something you enjoy. You're not pleasing anyone but yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, there comes a point, doesn't there, where you have to say, enough's enough, and sort of, as you say, step back,
Mm.
and just enjoy it as a hobby. I mean, some amazing. I love beach huts as well, and
Yeah.
I was down at with a local walking group. We were walking from Walton to Frinton on the beach.
Ah,
There was a long puddle or pool, not puddle, pool. And I just caught it at the right angle and saw all the beach huts reflected in the pool. So
yeah,
it was quite a good shot. So I took a shot, and when I got home, I made a copy of the original and then elongated the shot. So it became a long shot rather than a square or rectangle,
yeah,
and got quite a good result from the reflection.
yeah. Oh,
So
brilliant.
it just is playing about with it, isn't it? At the end of the day,
Yeah,
and yes, it just doing something that you enjoy. I think at the long and short of it is enjoyment,
yeah,
and not chore.
yeah. And like you say, if it's something you enjoy and you turn it into work, then it's not work, is it? You
No,
really
it,
do enjoy it.
yeah, you've got to, and with something like that, I think you need to have something away that you enjoy that isn't business,
Yeah,
and that you enjoy it because we all have to have time down from business, and if it's a page, you don't, oh, I don't think I really fancy going doing that.
yeah.
Yeah, and it
It
takes
did
away
become,
that time that you used to be able to go out and enjoy it.
yeah. And yeah, it did become that, especially on holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got to a point where I was like, I've got my camera with me just because I know there's going to be a point I want to use it.
Yes.
It was kind of, I've had it in my hand every weekend for the past
Yeah.
5 months. Can I be bothered to bring it out?
Yeah.
And
And of
uh,
course, you with the camera, you're making memories with family.
yeah,
And when you get to that kind of element, oh, do I really want to bother? You're
yeah,
then not making those, capturing those memory moments with family, which then goes on to be your family history.
yeah,
So, it does have a knock-on effect if you just look at it at the surface, but if you look at it a bit more in depth, it has a real knock-on effect.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And you
yeah.
don't really want that.
No, no,
Yeah, it's been a little bit of an insight into what James enjoys doing outside of work. A
yeah,
great conversation. Thank you very much, James, for joining me today. And maybe there's another conversation about, well, not photography, but something water-wise, maybe.
yeah,
We never
yeah,
know. So look out for that, folks. So thank you very much, James, for joining me, and look forward to the next one.
yeah. And you, thank you very much.